Welcome to the Talent and Skills Network. My name is Christian Eigner, and we are here at the 13th Annual International Film Festival Manhattan. I have special guest filmmaker
Robert Zimiga from the film Momentos.
Robert. Thanks for being with us.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about your film?
Yeah, so I call it the film that wasn't supposed to happen because for a while I decided not to do short films for a long time. It was like 2006 was the last time I did a short film. So I did 3 other shorts. This is going to go into how this became. My DP on my other shorts was the DP for Orson Welles. So he was the one that taught me how to shoot. And after my last short, I was like, I'm never doing another short because I don't have him anymore. He was like the guy to do everything for me. So one day I got on eBay and I bought a lens called the Helios 44-2, which is an awesome lens. If you're a photographer or videographer, look it up, get the right one. And so I bought the lens, and it took me like 2 months to get it because went through a war zone in Ukraine. It was pretty dramatic. I was calling the guy, sorry, they got bombed and blah, blah, blah. So when I got it, I was like, shoot, I want to shoot right away. So I called a friend, Paula, who's a friend of mine in Glendale, where I live. And I said, let's go out and shoot like the stereotypical like YouTube thing. Yeah, and I was like, you know what? No, this lens deserves better. I was like, so I came up with the idea for Momentos in 15 minutes. And we shot it collectively in shooting time, 45 minutes. So we shot it, and I went back and edited. And for my first edit was no sound. I wanted to make sure, because of the lens, that everything was visually there, like story-wise.
Yeah.
And I sent it to everybody I know without sound. So I shot it and edited with no sound, and then I sent it to everybody, and then I added sound later on. And then I sent it to Luis Padron to see it. He says, you have to enter this. So it's a awesome little short, a lot packed into 3 minutes and 55 seconds. There's some drama and an ending that pisses people off a little bit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's not, just be prepared.
Okay.
Yeah. So
It's not your traditional ending.
No. And Momentos, you'll understand why it has that title after you see it. I'm not giving anything away. So
I like that. I like to be a little in the dark, surprised. So, and you had the blessing of Luis, the man behind the film festival. That must have felt good up front there.
yeah, it was good because, like, we've known each other a long time, and I was told, he's like, Robert, you need to do a film. You need to do a film because he's seen my other ones. It's like, I know, you'll do a film and, you'll get into festivals and stuff like that. I was like, no, I'm not doing it because I don't have Gary. And when that lens came, I think in life sometimes we need something to spark us that will inspire us to do stuff. And it literally took just the lens to me get inspired for a story. And, it was during the strike. So actually right before the strike. So I was like, I want to be creative, and a lot of us, with the way the world is now, a lot of times all we do is think about work, like paid work. So this one, I wanted to use it as like something like almost therapy for myself to get out there, to be creative, because I think being creative is like the biggest therapy you could have. So when I got out there and started shooting, my confidence came back. I felt like, it was a great tool as, to make a film, to be creative. So, and to help yourself, so.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Creativity is the best therapy. So it sounds like this was a real passion project, real pure.
Yeah, it was. And, and it cost me nothing. And I think a lot of us, whether we do it with our phones, we do it with our DSLRs, our mirrorless or whatever, as long as you just do it. A lot of, especially where I live in LA, is like flaky land. A lot of people talk and don't do. And you just got to really do it. And Momentos was like a lesson for myself too, that you don't always have to have the biggest crews. You don't always have to have, flashy trucks and makeup and all that stuff. You got to have a story. because we all have a freaking story. We all do. None of us are exempt from having stories. So we need to be aware of our own stories and tell them, because I'm from a tribe in South Dakota, I'm Oglala Sioux, and we all have stories. Like all of us, we have, I have tribal stories. I have, from my white side, I have white stories. I have personal stories that I'm going to be telling. I'm writing a script right now called Fettuccine. And short version of a long story, it's about a mobster I met when I was 14 years old, who was one of the cocaine kingpins for Las Vegas, and I was 14. So it goes into the story of how my relationship with him evolved. So that's the next thing that's the next thing I'm doing.
That's awesome, Robert. Sounds like you have a lot of stories to tell.
Yeah.
You're the right man for the job, and I think you've inspired a lot of aspiring filmmakers out there. And before we let you go, do you want to plug any of your social media, anything like that?
Well, Robert Zimiga Photo. That's my Instagram. If you go Zimiga, Robert Zimiga Photo on Instagram. I have a Facebook page too. I have like 2,000-3,000 followers there, but it's like, I like Instagram better. But yeah, come and check me out on there. That's about it.
Thanks a lot, Robert. We're looking forward to seeing your film.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
You got it. And good talent is hard to find, not anymore.
Especially with a guy that looks like Ken from Barbie and Ken.
Thanks.
I'm just kidding.
Thanks, Robert.